Hello and welcome to episode 21 of our Timberborn update for hard mode Let's Play with the Iron Teeth faction. Last time around we did a whole lot of work with the well-being of our beavers, and it seems to have done, pretty good job. We have about 31 average well-being up from, I think it might have been 22 when we started last time. And each district, of course, is at a different point in that journey. Main district is at 32. Second one here in the middle of the lake is at 28. For some reason, we're going to have to work on that. Then these guys all the way up here on the hill are sitting pretty at 33. And there's still a lot more we can do with that and a lot more different building things we can take care of today. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on in, starting with some comments that you guys left on the last video. Let me know about some stuff that I had forgotten. Specifically, first up, we're missing paths here, and I'm not exactly sure why. I think that might have been because we were cutting down trees and we just never reconnected it, but we'll go ahead and stick those back in. It should help navigability a little bit. And I think the rest of this is pretty much good. And this is, of course, all connected underneath here. This connects all the way around. Not that they're really going to use this at all right now. But seems to me like that was probably one of the only things going on in there. That's good to fix that. Another comment we received was saying, hey, you need some charging stations in the rest of District 2 because your charging stations are not going to reach all the way over here because you have bots in the hauling post. And it's true, we do have some charging stations. Well, we have one here, we have a couple here, but we don't have any on this side of the map. So that is something we need to take care of, or alternatively, turn this into a completely separate district run only by bots, which is probably a little bit of an easier thing to accomplish. We just need to put in another district crossing somewhere over here to facilitate that. I think we have enough bots in District 2 already. We have 10 bots, which theoretically is enough to run this. If we only have 4 in the mine, you'd have 4 there. You'd have, well, you wouldn't need one in the engine. You'd have 4 there, 5. There'll be 7. There'll be 9. There'll be 13 if you had all these running at the same time, which we wouldn't need. 14 would not need the healer. 15, 16, 17, 18. But all of this, well, 19, could reasonably covered early on with about 10 or 12. And since they can work around the clock, we wouldn't need to have 3 of these. We can probably get rid of 1 or 2 even. So we might look into doing that. We also have currently 3 unemployed bots here in the first district. So we very well could just divert some and have all the beavers in District 2 just work and live here, or send some of them back to District 1, or send some of them over here to District 3, which I still have not named. I'm supposed to be running those polls, and I have yet to do so. So if you have ideas for names and districts, you still have time. You can drop those in the comments below. I'd love to see those. Although I think I have a pretty good idea what's going to win for this district. It's most likely, based on response I've gotten, going to be something relating to frogs. So thank you, Devilish Fun, for that one. But we're still going to pull it, so if you want to see it named Frog Bowl, vote for Frog Bowl. If you don't, then vote for something else. But that'll be coming, I don't know, later this week or next week, depending on what else ends up happening. But I think that's going to be goal 1 for today, is to make this a bot-only district, which would mean we can get rid of the temple and everything here and move that somewhere else. We could easily give District 2 some space with terraforming if we were to unlock that. We could put them another couple blocks of terrain over here. And if this is a bot-only district, this would be a great place to have the terraforming stuff because it would all be bots. All good to go, all taken care of. And it would concentrate our bio beavers closer to everything else anyway. And it would mean we have more space over here to put things that are not food, because that is what, well, this whole stack at least is all food. So let's work toward that this episode. We obviously can't do it right off the bat. We're going to have to kind of work up to it as we get more stuff going on here. But that's going to be a whole thing, whole process to go through. And that also in this district would require us not to have monuments at all over here. And we can concentrate the ones in this district closer to where the beavers are going to be sleeping, because right now both of these monuments are completely out of range of where they're sleeping. So we can solve that by either putting monuments on top of these barracks, or an idea that someone in comments suggested, we can have barracks line here and here. So all we would have to do would be to put barracks in the range of these guys in the first place. Yes, wow. Because while they sleep, they'll have more time to, I guess, quote-unquote, soak up the effects from the monument bonuses. I think that would be a little bit better overall. But to get there, we are going to have to remove a couple of these trees here. I think they should still be able to get into all of this. I believe so. So we'll just go ahead and just take care of those real quick. I don't think there's any more over here. Boy, that is a lot of platforms. We certainly spent a lot of resources on this. But I think it would look a little more interesting to have the barracks kind of on the outside here. It would be a little closer to the water pumps and all of this food storage. And that means we could put some other buildings on top of these right here. So I think we're going to do that. And we have plenty of wood in this district. Maybe not so much, but they will just keep importing it. So we'll go ahead and get on with that. I think I can do triple platforms for pretty much all of this. More or less. Turn these guys into doubles and another stack of doubles. And just try to plan this out. I'll just go by the 2x3s. That's fine. We're not going to have a ton of them anyway. I put one there, 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 and there. That actually fits pretty well. And of those, this one would be the only one that's not in. So if we take care of that, get rid of that guy, we could conceivably end up moving both of the monuments a little bit further out and back. Might actually be a little bit of a better place anyway. If we were to stick this guy, say, right here, he would pretty much have access to another thing right like that. Yeah, so if we do that, just go ahead, and then it immediately cuts off when I delete it. Move those guys out, and that would allow us to continue expanding this way. And I think that is fine. Of course, when the beavers come out of the housing, they'll still be walking through this, and the entire time they're working at these pumps, any of these pumps, they'll be getting access to all of that, as well as the hauling post and the district crossing. So no matter what, they're going to have some sort of crazy huge influence bonus from all this by basically being in there all the time, unless they were, in transit moving stuff over here. But they will be spending their time in the vicinity of all of this stuff. Now, actually, that being said, let's pause this real quick, because now I can't help but wonder, was it a mistake to move those back one more over here and take away from the other side? It probably was. In fact, it definitely was. I guess I thought it was going to go a little further back this way. Oh well. Really doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, we're not going to worry about it. So that's going to give us 40 housing right there. These three currently give us 48. So we'll need to get this properly adjusted here. No, I didn't want these. I'm just going to go ahead and build all of these up because I know they can do it without a problem. Just get all of this good to go. Yeah, we'll just stay with that. Come on, rotate, thank you. Stick that guy here, 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 and here. That gets us up to 80. And that would, in fact, take care of this guy. Should be fine. Again, we're not going to sweat the details too much, because in the end, it doesn't really matter. We're just trying to do something interesting here and boost our well-being while along the way. Yeah, so that also covers issues here with our housing capacity that we were going to be running into eventually. And then we also, since we don't have any rooftop terraces in this district, can come up to the top of these guys and put a whole bunch in on top of the barracks and put in staircases on the end, which of course will have to come after we have everything else taken care of. But to that end, let's actually only put in 6 of these barracks because we're not going to need as many beavers working this district once we don't have this to worry about. But that'll still allow us to have 60, which is plenty. Currently, we have 64, and we might not even have that many by the time we're all said and done with this. Now, keeping in that vein, we don't have any storage over here by the smelters, and that's something we should be fixing. So I'm going to go ahead and set some dynamite up here. I know we said earlier that last episode we might want to have some other power-consuming stuff in here. I don't really think we need to worry about that so much right now because, well, we're managed to keep up pretty well. Also can put in turbo speed. We never did that yet. I always forget until like 10 or 11 minutes into the episode. But we'll get that blown up. And then I think we'll put in a large industrial pile. We could just stack these probably. Have one for the scrap metal and one for the finished metal blocks. Be nice to have storage right there. And then of course they can just immediately come right up here to our district crossing. And we'll be good to go with that. Now, outside of that, other item I was looking into was moving monuments to be in range of the housing here in District 2, and that is why we ended up moving this. There's quite a lot of other construction that needs to happen first. So we'll get there when we get there. Another very insightful comment I received was titled simply shrub. And yes, I agree, shrub, so we're going to be planting some. We have all this space up here. In fact, I think we're going to want to put some more just decorations in general along most of these pathways. We could very easily just put another level of platforms here and just put roofs and shrubs, beaver statues, all that good stuff in areas where it's going to be used and appreciated. And that would be a very good use of our resources and our time here. In the meantime, the gravity battery critics are at it again with their, I guess, at this point, valid criticisms of the gravity batteries being functionally useless, but not to fear. We are going to keep building more engines. I just don't want to have like 10,000 of them. That's why I was building the gravity batteries, because they do recharge during the night. Actually, these guys, if we pause this, we can put in, there we go, more of these. And then come right back and do it again. There's always room for more explosives. But I digress. We are going to put more gravity batteries here, as well as beef up our engines. Because as we add more and more bots running these buildings, they are going to use a lot more power. And it will be kind of hard to keep up. But I still don't want to have 10,000 engines just churning up all the wood and making it so it's kind of hard for us to keep up. Plus, they're kind of ugly. Well, we'll be okay. Oh, you know what? I am dumb. You know why? Well, there's many reasons. But first of all, I didn't lower the floodgates here. So now we're just flooding all of our trees and our crops that are now going to be dead in half a day. And that's not really something that will go away very quickly at all, is it? Well, we can try. Some of it actually has already died, but that's okay. We're not going to lose sleep over it. I knew I should have been having more power generation. Let's, come on. Let's drag those guys down to 2.5. Should be putting water through here. There we go. Come on down. Charge those batteries up. Okay, yeah, this is fully overflowing. Let's let a lot more water out. Let's go down to 2. It's probably going to flood some of this, but that's fine. And now we're cooking with gas. Look at all that power. It's beautiful. Charge those things up. Let's go. We'll just, we'll let this cook for a while. I think that's what the kids are saying these days. Yeah, that's going to fill up quite nicely here. Probably should, pretty soon work to start straightening this out, but again, that's going to come from terraforming. Which we will do, most likely in this district, since I don't know really where we'd put it over here. So let's see, let's go ahead. How many, I think I should have enough bots. I just have to decide where we're going to put the district crossing in here. I think what we're going to do, go ahead and move this into place. I think we're going to put it right there. So let's stick that guy right there. That will effectively cut this district off, which is fine. Oh, you know what? We can't put it there because it'll flood. It has to be elevated, so I lied. Egads, that never happens. So... Well, now I gotta think about it. Because I don't really want to have it up here, because that would be kind of a pain. And I also don't want to just elevate it for the sake of elevating it, but you know, we probably could and be fine. Yeah, let's build these platforms here. Build it on top of the platforms. And then we'll just connect it with the stairs when it's done. That's probably easiest. And then we'll worry about shuffling everybody back and forth later. Okay, so we now have space for 30 here. Let's go ahead and... Well, I guess we don't have to get rid of this quite yet. We'll wait until the monuments are actually finished. Now they should be able to come in here and grab all of these extra parts. I guess that's the bots. This probably does not need to be bots working here, but there's not much we can do at this exact moment to fix that. Except, you know, actually have the bots go somewhere. How's our power looking? Okay, they're still almost completely dead. But we are generating power, which is good. Generating only 100 horsepower. I'm going to go ahead and shut these floodgates and get our power flowing a lot faster through the large wheels. It should go up to about 400 apiece. Which won't get us all the way to 6285, but it will get us substantially closer. Well, within 1,000 at least. And then when nighttime comes and the beavers quit their day jobs, then the demand goes all the way down to 2720. And look at that, we're generating almost 6,000, about 5,800. That's looking nice. This is temporarily flooding. Shouldn't be that big of an issue, hopefully. There we go. Yeah, now the hard part moving forward over here is there's just so much to build up on. This really isn't the best place to be putting all that. The real answer is to be putting a lot of that stuff over here. And I just got to figure out how to get a little bit better at allocating all this. Also, we have ruins here we're not even beginning to scavenge. We need to be doing that immediately. That's an easy fix. Now, do we have... No, none of these are built yet. Why is that not happening? That really should be a thing. Oh well, we'll find out. In fact, these scrap metal storages right here don't need to be here because there's no more scrap metal. We do have the ruins here that we can get to eventually. Again, not today. Doesn't really seem that necessary to do that. And someone suggested we put the temple on this little island here. I think that's a great idea. We just have to be able to, you know, actually get into that. But that is a very good location for one of those. And this actually kind of fits here. Thematically. I guess it could be the Temple of the Frog or something. If we do end up calling this the Frog Bowl, remember your vote matters. So why don't we go ahead and just connect that like so. We'll move the temple there. We'll get rid of this guy. We can use that space for something else. A little bit better of a location anyway. Now, up here is still looking pretty decent. These guys are gaining on charge. I really do wish that was a little faster, but there's not too much we can do when we have so many buildings working overnight anyway because of all the bots. Ah, the chargers are flooded now. I should have seen that coming. Really should have seen that coming. Well, we will certainly have to figure out how to fix that, won't we? I'm thinking we might want to figure something out here. Maybe just extend these troughs a little bit further out here. I'm not sure. We'll get there eventually. It is, I guess, logical they wouldn't want to use a charging station while it's flooded, you know? Electrical conductivity and all that. So, yeah, that's admittedly a flaw of our design scheme here. But what's interesting is they haven't started building these platforms at all. And that's weird because we have, we have beavers that are supposed to be doing so. I guess they're still doing all this, which is to be expected, I suppose. So why don't we just high prioritize the district crossing here so we can just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, get that whole thing done. And that should be a whole lot better. I think we're going to want to go ahead up here, get rid of one of these industrial lumber mills. We won't need them when they're all bots. They'll be a lot more efficient. Just get rid of this guy. Oh no, we lost power. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Because we have the ability to build charging stations up here. And I think that is what we will do. I'll put one there, and I'll put one here, two here. And I think, can I? Yeah, I can put this guy right here. Then I need something in the middle there. Control tower would be a smart thing to put kind of in the general central area of the district. But most importantly, this would be an item that wouldn't have to be directly accessed, would transmit power and be beneficial. So that's a good thing to put there. And I'll put the other piece back in later. But we can pretty safely get rid of these two charging stations because they are underwater. And the bots will be up here anyway to access these buildings. And then we can put in some more over here for these guys. So all in all, seems like a decent enough plan. Yeah, see, now they're actually doing this fast because I told them to. It's funny how that works, isn't it? Alright, so this is looking decent. Batteries are not fully recharged, but we knew they wouldn't be. That's why we're going to be working toward getting this into a much better spot. I just prefer if these didn't constantly flood. So that does tell me this needs to have a little bit better flow through. And I think we can pretty safely replace this with a dam piece with pretty much no further consequence. We just need to have water outflow a little bit faster over here. Yeah, I'm actually going to leave that going for now. Generate as much power as we can going into these gravity batteries. See, look, it is recharging. It's not completely useless. Not completely, at least. Alright, somebody come finish this so we can just be done with this whole district as a whole. There you go. Alright, now the fun begins because we got to come in here and... Oh, I can't see under the water. There we go. We got to get rid of these paths here. And we got to turn these into... Nope, that's facing the wrong way. Stairs. Alright, let's make that priority and make that priority. And once that's done, we'll be all good to go. These guys can get out of Dodge, and we can bring in the bot overlords. Of course, we do have to have a district center over here. And I guess it doesn't really matter where it goes, because the bots aren't really going to need to use it. So I'll just stick it right there. This is District 4. So if you have any bot-inspired nicknames for District 4, you can drop those in the comments. Please always tell me which district you're offering a name suggestion for, because I can't read minds. If it's not incredibly obvious, I might miss it. I want to make sure that you are included when we run our polls. So this looks like it's all good to go. Let's make sure all of our buildings are unlocked for bots in this district. And set to bots. I guess I could have done this in the overview panel. 2,000 science points for the wood workshop, really? Okay, that's already selected. The healer does not need to be here. Those don't need to be there. These don't need to be here. The water tank, to my knowledge, doesn't need to be here. Let's just make sure before we get rid of it that we absolutely don't need it. I'm pretty sure we don't. Because I don't think there's any industrial processes that require it, but I know as soon as I get rid of that, then something would pop up and say, oh, you need water if you're going to have bots over there. No, we don't. So we will empty that. We don't need the shrine. That can go away. Or this one. The temple also can go away. Campfires can go away. We can use all of those materials to build other things. And there you go. So what we're going to do, pause the game real quick. Come in here and we'll manage our population. Now, District 2 does not have to have any bots anymore. Minimum of 0. I'm going to actually move, let's see, District 2 into District 4. We're going to send all the bots. Just start out with that. And then I think, yeah, we have 9 unemployed bots in District 1, is it? Kind of. So I'm going to have this minimum here. I guess I could have just said 20. That should allow us to handle everything. Just as soon as the bots make their way downtown. Oh, they all need power. They all need power. And we don't have any yet. Okay, well, who could have foreseen this incredible tragedy from occurring? Oh yeah, we're in a drought. 23 days, seems like. Kind of missed the start of that one, didn't we? Yeah, needless to say, we're not going to get through this whole drought today. We're already almost half an hour into the episode. So, sorry those of you who want the 2 or 3 hour Timberborn episodes. Not today. Maybe someday. But for right now, we've got to focus on getting these guys in here, acclimated, ready to go. We have our charging station available. We just need to get some more over here. So I'm going to make, let's say, this charging station and this control tower are the most important things, because that is what's going to dictate getting power over here. And that is A-okay. These guys are all hopeless, out of power, out of juice, out of the will to live, but they'll be fine. Now, if we have workplace priority adjusted, there we go. We should have these guys start building this. It looks like that is about good to go, except for the metal blocks, which they should be able to get at some point, considering we have 3 smelters here. Yeah, they're going to be just fine. Taking care of that will be A-okay, super easy. And we have all of these building warnings. Yeah, this guy, I guess, wow, we only have 34 scrap metal left. All right, this one can go away. Don't need that. This is not, oh, I didn't put the path here. All right, well, that's fixed. That means this guy can go away. Now we have all this space back. If we want to grow something here, we can. Could put some more trees here. I don't think we really need to super worry about that, but it kind of would be nice to have some trees. So let's check that again. Yeah. We can have all of this, well, some of this be trees. We'll see what they actually end up planting. And this guy actually can't reach all of that, so we are going to put in a little lumberjack flag. Might just go ahead and put him in right here. That'll be fine. We'll see what he plants on, what he doesn't. They have the convenient other stairs here, which means we could put another lumberjack flag down here if we wanted to. But this would allow us to grow, I don't know, twice as many oak trees here. That's fine. We can also put some more up here. I don't think we need to worry about having so much water in this district, because all of our storage is full, so we probably could cool it a little bit. We'll see. They still haven't... Really? Still waiting on the metal, huh? Alright, so I'm going to prioritize the smelter, one of those. Get these guys in here. So it seems that we have a total of 22 jobs available. We have 14 incapacitated boss because they can't charge. Probably should have finished those before I changed this over, huh? I think that might have been smart. Oh well. Live and learn. Let's just hope these guys can get this finished soon. All we can do now is wait. And wait. And wait. Not much else that can be said about that. So while they're figuring out their lives here, I think it would be smart for us to take another visit over here, since both of these, both of these monuments are built. The happiness, well-being in this district is up to 30, which is nice, but it could be better. And it will be better just as soon as we have everything else kind of taken care of here. Let's not forget that this is part of District 2. The district crossing is right here. So all of this is included in all of the District 2 stuff. This actually is kind of far for these guys to go. No, it's only 63. Okay. Well, from the district center. So let's change this back to regular bio beavers. This district has 64. We probably don't need that many. In fact, we have 9 unemployed beavers. But if we put in 10 here, then now we only have 4. If we come over here and put in 8, we now have 0 unemployed beavers. We really probably should have 10 here and less in the hauling post, so I will deprioritize the hauling post. Make sure that these, oh, those are already at lowest possible priority. That's good. That's what we want. And that's looking fine there. So next up, I did say we're going to put in rooftop terraces, so let's go ahead and stick some of those in there. We will need to put in a staircase, obviously. Now I just got to figure out the best place to start that, which really it shouldn't matter, but I do think it's kind of a fun idea to just have a little doubling back staircase, even if it isn't the most space efficient design. It is kind of cool. Looks neat. And, well, at least I think it does. You might feel differently, and that's okay. We're allowed to have different opinions. Let's do the same thing on the other side here. And I think that's how I had that set up, yep. Like these together. And then we'll have 6 rooftop terraces. And I think these have, yeah, they have a capacity of 6 each. So at any given moment, a full half of our beavers can be in a rooftop terrace. You'd love to see that. The only thing we don't have is campfire, which is, of course, impossible without actually having dirt, which is one of the reasons I wanted this bot-only district, so we could actually, you know, dedicate the appropriate amount of time and effort to getting terraforming working. And that's blown up now, so let's go ahead and just get this taken care of. We'll put a staircase right here. Set this bottom one to the scrap metal. Top one can be for metal blocks. And then let's think about over here. We can easily tap into this space to put in some additional engines here. So we'll just put our little blocks in there. I just want to see how many I can fit in here. Okay, so just 2 here, which means I probably didn't have to put in these, so I will avoid doing that. We'll need to replace 2 of the things here. Oh, I actually can't. I actually can't put that there. Because, okay, well, you know what? I was right all along. Or I guess I was wrong and then I was right. You know how this works. So let's see. Yep, that's what we want these need to become. I'm just going to make them... Okay, well, that one can't be a 4-way. I'll make that a 3-way. Let's make sure that's in the correct orientation here. Alright. I guess just get these put in first so it's not that big of a problem. My man, you are exhausted. Go do something else. Don't need to worry about us. We'll be A-okay here. So that'll add 800 constant horsepower. They won't be the only ones we put in, but it is a good start. And this is waiting for metal blocks. Looks like they're getting there. It's just going to be a very slow process. We can lower the requirements on the engine there. That's going to be fine. Alright, well, now we're cooking. Looking good here. Oh, I didn't raise level of the floodgates here. That's on me. I didn't do it in anywhere, so we're actually going to be... we're going to be sans a pretty good amount of water here for the rest of the drought. But, you know, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Of course, we can't forget about all of this. We do need to make sure that they are continuing to work on all of this stuff. And then eventually down here, we'll put these stairs in. And I think we're actually at the point now where I can safely bring in... See how far I can get away with this. I guess we'll just put in some lumberjacks here so we can actually legitimately take all these trees down. They are already marked for cutting, so we'll be able to use that wood, take the trees down. We'll start blowing this up just as soon as we have terraforming able to put that land back. Alright, the control tower is active. Okay, and these are installed, which means I can put the last one in right there. We should be buzzing happily around now. But we don't have a hauling post in this district, which is something we can replace in this area because we don't have to have the, well, medical anything there. So let's do that. Just pop that right there. Set that as bots only. And we have 6 extra bots there. We can migrate over here. Let's bring this up to 25. We shouldn't have any here, but let's just double check. Alright, that's looking good. Shouldn't have any here, but you know, let's double check. Alright, that's good. And our main district 1. We actually have an unemployed bot still, so I think I can send him over to here. Make this minimum 26. And of course, once this is up and fully running, it will be vastly more efficient, which will be good. Now that means this district, we probably could start producing more bots by turning a lot of this back on. We'll be able to send some more beavers over here. Because after all, we do have... Wow, do we really only have 2? We have 2 unemployed, or 2 unfilled spots for beavers. Wow, really? Okay, we got 4 working there. We have a lot of district crossings in this district. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems like quite a bit. This obviously is the most important one because this is distributing water out to this main district. And actually the storage is just about full, so I think that's working well. No complaints there. So how can we get rid of all these beavers? I don't think we're going to need to have a ton of builders anymore in this district. I don't think we need all these builders' huts. In fact, we probably don't need any because there's not really going to be that many more huge construction projects. So we can actually just go ahead and get rid of those entirely. Now we have 6 unemployed beavers. We only have 50 that actually need jobs. I have 4 working in the district center. That's probably fine. Hauling post is fully staffed. All of these are staffed. I guess we don't really have much need for any more beavers unless we wanted to max out our district crossings, which I don't really think is an issue. So we'll just kind of let that be for the time being. And right now we can put in some more engines over here. Go ahead and lower all the workplace levels here. Building needs water. Is that one of our... Yep, okay, we already knew that was a thing. Injured beavers in this district, really? Well, I guess they do have some hazardous stuff. Do we have a healer? I don't think we do in this district. So let's take care of that. Let's fix our buddies up here. We shouldn't need to mess with dandelions because we should have plenty of medicine left over. Where do I want to put? I guess I could just put this guy right here in this slot. That's fine. Medical beds. Do we actually have any anywhere? I guess I could just kind of stick them under stairs. A couple of spots. Oh yeah, I was going to put one here. Or something there. We'll do that. Give them a chance to heal up. Shouldn't need more than 2. I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. So that's looking fine. 31. How are we looking here? Alright, wet fur is a problem. We'll have to add some more showers probably. Campfire, yeah, they're definitely lacking the campfire, but they're taking good advantage of the rooftop terrace, which is nice to see. Could add some more shrubs, roofs, and beaver statues, definitely. The final monument we haven't gotten any of yet because it takes so much science. Carousel, mud bath, books, and of course these guys want a temple because they don't have one. So we'll have to probably wait until we can expand our land up here. We'll get there. It's kind of a very long process. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even have the right amount of science to start unlocking all this. So, all that being said, let's lower the minimum in District 2 for beavers to, say, 58. And I'm actually going to send a couple back to District 1. So now District 1 has 34 unemployed beavers. Okay, you know what that means. That means we can unpause all of this. All of this. Well, except for these things. Carousel. You know, the beavers deserve fun. That was the title of the last episode, and we didn't even unpause the carousel once. So, they can ride on the carousel. It's allowed. And all of this stuff, we actually, we probably don't need all of these to be the bots. I want to save the bots for the actually dangerous jobs, like all of these bot part factories, which we can't unlock yet. Well, that's fine. Because these have been unlocked for bots. So we'll take care of that. We need a lot more power, which is why I was hoping these would be online. Oh, they are. So we'll prioritize all of these by haulers. Could probably prioritize all of the ones in this district by haulers, honestly. And don't think it's quite that serious, but definitely the power plants. And we can keep adding more of those as well. I hate to just stick a bunch more over here, but this would be a pretty good spot to do that. Would be a little ugly, but I think that's fine. So we did here, here, and here. Oh, I could almost get away with this. So let's actually do just that. I'm gonna make these into 4 ways. And then I believe we'll have to have this go up and over the path here. Yeah, that's probably the right thing to do. Just to make it a little less complicated. And then I think what we'll end up doing, see what I'm able to actually get away with here. If I can put in, once they get that in place, I can put in one of these facing this way, and I can't do one the other way. So I think I should be able to get away with this. Or I could just move this guy to face that way. It's probably the easiest thing to do. I know it's ugly. It's not a very beautiful thing, but it's fine. Now, we won't put that there. We're going to have to... Oh, this is so complicated. We're going to have to put in a staircase. I'll just put that there for right now. Then this is going to have to get made into a 3-way, and then this is going to have a shaft here, and then a high shaft. I guess we just go ahead and put that one in. That'll be fine. We'll put this guy in like so. And then we can just have both of these meet up here. So complicated. So ugly. So efficient. Well, that's the whole goal anyway, isn't it? Alright, so they're out of metal here, so that guy can stop doing that. They're still harvesting here. These guys... Oh, we haven't unlocked this for bots yet. Okay. Well, it's not like we're in desperate need of metal, but I will go ahead and get those going. We do need more bots here. We just have to wait. We already have 4 unoccupied job positions. It's part of the reason why I wanted them to get going on this so much. We have plenty of beavers that desire jobs. Why not give them jobs? So I think I'll give these builder jobs back to regular beavers. Or maybe I don't need to. If I give them back to regular beavers, I could export some of the bots. Because I can't have them in the bot part factories, but I can have them in the assemblers. So let's do that. Now I have 8 unemployed bots. We're going to keep them in the hauling post. That's a great, perfect job for bots. Leave that alone. We'll come back over here. Yes, I know I could have used the panel. I just, for whatever reason, prefer this. Alright, so 34 bots in District 4 should get us... Yes, yeah. We have unemployed bots now. That's good. Because now I can have either more in the hauling post or more in the mine. And I think I'll just go ahead and max out the mine. Because remember, we don't need them to actually be employed in the engines here. We just need the engines to be built. Alright, so let's get into this very quickly. I prioritize that intersection change. As soon as that's done, we'll connect these up. And then, hopefully, everything will be all hunky-dory. I now realize I could have just put these stairs here and still use them after the fact, but there's no reason we should need those. Alright, so that's done. Let's put this last piece in here. And then hopefully we can move along nicely there. And some of these places we're going to need to put in some more charging stations. I guess we could go ahead and build out a couple more here, since those are already in that spot. Alright, that's all done. Looking good there. So just go ahead and put that path there in case they want to build these twice as fast. Okay, now how are we looking here? Happiness is at 32. I know they want temples, they want shrines, they want all that stuff. And we can give it to them, just not at this exact moment in time. Not quite. Still have... Oh, we have... Oh, look, it was 63 homeless beavers. Okay. Well. How the turntables? We don't have anywhere to put these guys. We gotta fix that. Maybe that's part of the reason why I had so many beavers here, is so they could just, you know, exist. Maybe it's not such a bad thing. Look at all this extra housing capacity I have. Alright, so I know I said we don't need them here, but let's send a bunch of them back over to District 2, just so they can chillax. That'll take care of some of our homeless problem, but not all of it. Definitely not all of it. We got to do something about that. Got to build some more barracks, but it has to be in a good spot. Can't just be a waste here. Now, of course, what we should be doing is putting these monuments on top of these barracks. I know. It's just such an ordeal to get all these beavers housed. And I know I said I wanted to maybe plant stuff here, but let's be honest, we're not going to be getting anything else done in this area for quite some time. So now I have to decide if I want to put in on the back side. I obviously can't build anything over this campfire unless it was on top of one of these large platforms. That actually, is that the correct height? If I put that in there? No, it is one too high. Oh, but that is an idea, though. That is most certainly an idea. I could easily, if I can put it in the right spot, jeez. It's so hard to see. If I put this here, it's going to be one block too high. But if I put this down, I know it's completely unnecessary for me to be doing this, but you know how it goes. Why use 200 metal blocks for something useful when you can use it to build a giant platform that enables you to put in housing for 16 more beavers? That is how we tend to do things here, though. We don't do them because they make sense. We do them because we can. If you can't have fun playing a game, why are you playing? You know, not everything has to be super efficient, super serious all the time. Alright, so let's put this in first here. Pause that so we don't have a silly Billy trapped bot. That would be a huge shame. Now this district, we have still one slot open. We can get one more bot in. I think I just saw that there was one that was unemployed. Alright, so that ought to start working hopefully soon. There we go there. Place this right here. Then have all of these connected once again. And I'll make this a 4-way just in case we want to expand that in the future. Actually, you know what? No, this one can be a 4-way too. Because then I can put a bendy piece and put some more charging stations right here. That would make a lot more sense. Now, who has nothing to do in range? These guys. Oh, they cut down all these trees. Good. Good job. Now let's connect this up here. And let's see how many more of these trees I can get putting this way. That's going to get me pretty much everything I need if I go there. Or if I put this here, actually, that's even better. Let's do that. Put that guy there. He'll be able to reach all of these, no problem. And we can start laying dynamite to straighten all this. That's going to be fun, but we are not going to have time to get to that today. But we can start. We can start. Then, of course, all this will have to get filled in. That's going to be a massive project, probably a next episode thing. Now, why is this not... Oh, it's not connected. Oh, because we didn't connect here. Why did I not do that? Well, we'll get that taken care of. I probably just forgot, honestly. Now, we're still running at a huge power deficit. I know people are going to comment about that, but it's fine. We are still very okay. Now, what do these guys not have right here? They don't have a flame of unity. Well, we can certainly fix that. We can try at least. See, all of our housing is right here. I don't think they can reach. No, they wouldn't be able to reach up here. So that's kind of the problem with how we have this stuff set up. They can't reach anything. So we probably don't want to put that there, but we also don't want to just, you know, stick it on the ground because that would be kind of a dumb place to put it. Maybe not the worst, though, honestly. In all seriousness, it should probably go up on top of one of these guys. But I just, yeah, you know, maybe right here is actually fine. But I am going to put it up on platforms so we can still get under it. There. Is it ugly? Absolutely. Does it work? Yes. So, no problem. Now, this dynamite's in place. Boom goes the dynamite. And little platform. Good to go. Why are you using 200 metal blocks to make a platform for barracks? Because I can. And of course, right on top, we'll just... it looks so funny. But it fits. And it's weird. But it works, and that's fine. That's what matters. And the best part is we can do the same thing over here if we want. There's no rules, absolutely no consequences to our terrible thought processes. It's completely fine for us to do this kind of shenanigans. And we can just go ahead and put another one all the way down here with absolutely no consequences whatsoever. Although this one right here probably should be going on top of another one of these large warehouses. I don't know what in the world we'd put there. We already have so much of everything else. Fermented mushrooms. Oh, we don't have one for that. Alright, well, say no more. Let's put a giant storage of fermented mushrooms in for literally no reason. Other than the fact that we don't have one. There we go. So now fermented mushroom storage should be... oh, I guess it's not going to say anything because we don't have any actual thing built yet for it. But we can go ahead and put that large barrack right there. Make sure it's rotated the correct way. Of course it was, or else we wouldn't have been able to place it. Okay, so we need to build more of these hydroponic gardens. And how? Definitely do. So we need to have a tower of mushroom. Trying to figure out the best spot to put that. I know I said that last time. We needed to do something in that regard. I just don't know where. Would be kind of funny to just have a completely pointless and nonsensical thing going on, wouldn't it? So to that end, why don't we do this? Just stack it on top for no reason. And then another one over here again for absolutely no reason. Another staircase. I miss my ladders dearly, let me tell you. Let me tell you. So we'll have good fun in the next playthrough with all of our mods back. And some new ones. Been taking a look at some other mods, and a couple people have reached out with the invitation to try theirs out, and I'm excited to see those. But again, that's next series, not this one. We've got to get through this one first. Alright, let's bring in a couple more bots. 37. That should get us to about dead even on our employment. Prioritize that guy by haulers. There we go. Prioritize by haulers. Alright, so these are all connected. Now we're making 6,000 horsepower. That's a big improvement. No, it's not 8,300. But it's a lot more than 4,000, which is about where we started at. Well, in the dry season at least. So all of this seems to be working quite a bit better. Well-being here is still 32 because we have not been able to get any land put in. And we still don't have any science. So, since we have still several unemployed beavers, let's put in some inventors' huts. I guess I probably should have these in a little bit more logical location, huh? Since they're going to be actual jobs beavers physically go to. I don't know, it's probably not that deep. I'll just put 5 of those there. That's fine. They'll get to work with that. I would use number crunchers, but again, we don't have the extra electricity to be, or power, I guess, to be running these things. They're 500 horsepower apiece. We're not there. But we can build these things. Oh, look, they already got this going. Very exciting. Love to see that. So well-being in this district should be 34. It's looking okay. We can do a lot better. Especially with regard to injury, as soon as we have enough science to unlock bots running these part factories, it's going to be so much better. Really, really going to elevate everything for all of our beaver friends. But all in all, I think things are going well. I don't see any major issues at this exact moment. I mean, there's obviously stuff we can be doing better and stuff we will be doing better. But we can't really do too much more right now. So I think this is a pretty good place to call it for today. Got a lot of good stuff done. Got a lot of progress we're in the middle of. We'll be excited to check all of that out. But good stuff. We'll continue, of course, next time. Making things a little bit better with the eventual goal of complete bot automation. Everything unlocked, everything running. And beaver happiness, well-being getting up to 60 plus. Yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thanks as always for being here. I really appreciate you. I hope you're enjoying your time here. As always, comment section's completely open. Anything that's on your mind, if you have any comments on the video, just want to say hi, especially offering name ideas for districts. Going to take those from this video, and then we'll start running polls later this week or beginning of next week. So feel free to drop those down below. And of course, big, huge thanks to the Beard Boosters who make all these videos possible with their additional contribution behind the scenes. If you want more information on that, there's links in the description. But as always, you are never, ever required to give me anything. I'm just glad you're here. And again, hope you enjoy the videos. If you do, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you haven't already. If not, that's fine too. We'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Have fun. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.